Now, in a massive respite to the people of Nigeria, 137 students who were kidnapped by armed gunmen have been rescued by the Nigerian army. The rescue came only days ahead of the deadline given by the kidnappers to pay ransom. And while this is a respite to hundreds, many still remain in captivity of kidnapping syndicates that are running abductions as a business in the African nation. Let's take a look at this report to understand the kidnapping mania of Nigeria and how it impacts millions in the country.
Villagers ran toward a bus carrying back the last set of children, more than 100 students and staff who were abducted from their school in Nigeria's Kaduna village on March 7th.
I haven't slept in the past 21 days while we were seeking the release of our children from captivity. It was all grief and sadness until now, when I've seen my children.
Armed gunmen had demanded a ransom of about $700,000 to free the children and threatened to kill all of the students if their demands were not met. However, the Nigerian army rescued all the 137 hostages days before a deadline, but only 127 were taken back to the village. 10 stayed back in town for further medical treatment.
Honestly speaking, we were in such a terrible situation that can only be imagined. Even the food we were given to eat is better imagined and not something a human being should be given to eat.
The menace of mass kidnapping in Nigeria started exactly a decade back in the West African nation, since the terrorist group Boko Haram kidnapped nearly 300 girls from a school in the town of Chibok.
These girls will not be released from our hands until our brothers are released from your prisons.
Hundreds protested in Nigeria to call on security forces to do more in securing the release of abducted schoolgirls by the terror group. Campaigners in Nigeria's capital Abuja gathered in April 2017, marking the third anniversary of the abduction of more than 200 pupils by Islamist militant group. By October 5, 2019, Nigerian activists with the Bring Back Our Girls campaign commemorated 2,000 days since 276 girls were abducted from their school in Chibok, Borno State, by militant group Boko Haram in April 2014. By that point, 112 of those girls were still missing. Many more from other kidnappings had also not yet been found.
So, of course, we are so happy for this 21 that we have now. We'll continue to make our demands and ensure that each and every one of the remaining 197 are accounted for.
Over the next years, more children were kidnapped. Some were released, escaped, or rescued. However, abductions have become a recurrent phenomena in Nigeria, especially in the restive northern regions. According to data in recent years, more than 10.5 million children have been forced out of schools, and over 700 schools have shut down due to factors including kidnappings, insecurity, and a long-running insurgency in the northeast. With each passing day, the toll of uncertainty grows heavier as parents grapple with the agonizing choice of whether to surrender to the demands of kidnappers or face the harrowing possibility of never seeing their children again. Against a backdrop of escalating violence and turmoil, Nigeria now stands at crossroads with the future of Nigerians at stake.